The grind has finally come to an end for Damian Lillard in Portland, and now it's only a matter of when, not if, he'll be traded.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point, especially coming from Dame's camp, that he wants to be in Miami and nowhere else, which I find really interesting because I've been reading a lot of stuff that Boston's interested, the 76ers are interested, and coming from Dame's point of view, you try and put yourself in the player's shoes where he was in Portland for his whole career so far, and he's kind of given them the chance to try and build a team around him, and he's definitely done his due diligence, and I think it's the least that the Trailblazers can do for him is to put him in a position that he wants. But I don't really know how that's going to go, considering Miami. I mean, they're going to have to give up a lot, right? Like, they were going to have to basically almost damage the whole structure of their team just to get Dame, and I'm not so sure Miami's going to want to do that, and I don't know if Dame's really even worth it. I hate to say that because I love Dame, I'm a huge Dame fan, but I don't know if you're Miami, especially after this last season, if you're looking to shake things up that much, you know?
Yeah, I definitely get both sides of that. On one hand, you made it to the NBA Finals. How much do you actually have to change? But then again, they really weren't even close to winning the NBA Finals. And in order to get there, I mean, me personally, I think they do have to kind of take that home run shot. Get a guy like Damian Lillard or whoever else it might be to get them over the hump. Would it be a risk? Definitely. But Damian Lillard, in my opinion, I think he actually would be a guy worth taking that risk on. The only problem, again, like you referred to, does Portland even want to trade with them? And given that Miami is the only destination that he's given to them, according to reports, will Miami have enough to trade with them? According to reports right now, they really don't. Portland's playing hardball, of course, right away, like they should. They reportedly want 4 first-round draft picks and then 2 quality players to go with it. Miami, I know for sure, can only offer 2 first-round draft picks because that's all they're eligible to right now. They traded all their other ones year by year. And then they got Tyler Hero to throw in, and people are saying he's worth a good first-round pick, quote-unquote. I don't know how Portland feels about that. And then they'll have Caleb Martin to throw in, the contract of Kyle Lowry, and then a little more here and there. But I don't know if Portland will feel like that's enough. It might have to be a 3, 4-team, even 5-team trade. It doesn't sound like it's close right now at all. And that'll really be the final thing. How flexible will Damian Lillard be? Will he give them the whole summer to pull it off? Will he push for it right now? And will he maybe even eventually open up his mind to other teams, kind of like you referred to before?
Right, and like I said, I don't know fully what has compelled him to want to be in Miami. I think that he's kind of done, like, he wants to win. Like, everyone knows that, right? Like, we can agree that he wants to win a championship.
Oh yeah.
There's, especially when like Boston is showing you interest. I wonder what the difference is in his mind and from their camp that they're thinking Miami's the sure shot. Like, to your point, it's 100%. It's going to be a multi-team trade. It's going to be blockbuster. It's going to be huge. It has to be. Like you say, Miami doesn't have the assets that Portland wants. And I think you give it some time, like you say, and things might open up. Or I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't go as planned. Does Dame, all right, I'm suiting up for Portland another year, or is he sitting? I don't know what the exact move is.
I don't know. We've seen crazier things happen, but going back to what you talked about, why he's set in on Miami. From what I've heard, I can't remember if Damian Lillard like tweeted this or said it on IG Live or whatever, but he mentioned that he's really good friends with Bam Adebayo, and if he's teaming up with another star player, he'd want it to be him. Again, I can't remember if he actually said that or if that was a report, but I'm pretty sure he either tweeted that or it came from IG Live. And I mean, if that's true, which again, I think it is, it would make sense why he wants to go to Miami. And then joining up with Jimmy Butler there too. Jimmy's been, I mean, he had the narrative around him, you know, hard to play with, bad teammate, bad locker room guy. I think he's proved all that wrong at this point. He's very open to sharing the ball, sharing the responsibility. And I think between Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo, that would be a really good fit. Jimmy and Bam, they kind of do the dirty work on defense, with that being especially true for Bam Adebayo. And then Jimmy kind of be their playmaker. I think the door would just be open for Damian Lillard to step in there and just be able to play his game perfectly and be able to mesh with them.
Yeah, I think that you're actually spot on with that. He wouldn't have to adjust his play style at all. He can still be the same Dame, the same kind of almost ball dominant, I guess, ISO player, if you will. And that's what he's great at. And yeah, I think that new conference always kind of makes you feel a little different too, especially when you've been in some place forever. And yeah, I mean, what kind of role players would even, you don't even know, because it'd be all speculation right now. We don't know who Miami could keep. It'd be tough, and we're just purely guessing at this point.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because that's another thing. If they would make this trade, and regardless if it would be a 2, 3, 4, 5 team trade, Miami would be giving up a lot here. That we can all agree on. And after they make the trade, how much left will they have in terms of role players? And given that the trade goes down in a month or two, there's not going to be like anything left in free agency. That would be the only part that I'm truly worried about as a Miami Heat fan. Like, what are they going to put around them? What are they going to be able to keep? If they keep a couple of Caleb Martin, a couple other guys, that would be great. I really doubt it though. And they let Gabe Vincent walk to LA. Max Strus, he's gone now too. Kyle Lowry, he'll be traded for part of the salary. That would be the really difficult part here.
Yeah, I mean, where's your backup, point guard, where your backup guards there? It'd be definitely interesting to see what Miami could kind of pull up. The thing with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, though, I mean, they've been known to work some magic. So I think that if we're going to see something crazy, they're definitely be able to pull something off. And I'm pretty excited to see what comes in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the next few days. Honestly, I don't know if I can wait any longer, but obviously it'll come eventually. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited to see, and I'm excited for Dame. Honestly, I'm always been on the Dame train. Honestly,
agreed. It's been a good half decade since he's really had a chance at a championship, maybe even longer. And I think they would have a really good shot. They made it to the NBA Finals. Their depth could be questionable, like I referred to before, after they make the trade for him. But if any team can pull together, a tough knit squad behind 3 big salary guys, it would have to be Miami. They can find diamonds in the rough pretty much wherever. They do it every year. And I think they could put that supporting cast around them to make a really, really good team. I love the fit of Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. And with the Eastern Conference almost kind of trending downward, in my opinion, now would be like the perfect time to go all in. I think they can make a run, and it's up in the air, but I think they could do it.
I agree. I'm glad you brought that up. 100%. The Eastern Conference, you look at all the teams, it seems like it's, especially like you said, trending downward. But who's going to be Miami's biggest competitor? Like, who do you think?
It's got to be Boston yet.
Right. So then you just lost one of your best defensive anchors in Marcus Smart.
Yep.
And you got, in my opinion, a stud offensive Porzingis, who is, in my opinion, this might be a hot take, I don't know, let me know. I do not think he is proven yet. I think he still has a lot to prove. And we know what he kind of can do, but he has to stay healthy.
Yep.
And I don't even know how he's going to be able to compete against, in that system, I guess, with the rest of the Boston roster. So yeah, I think this would be a good season to definitely try that out. And it's not going to be hopefully as competitive for Miami if they're going to go that route.
Yeah, interesting that you brought that up to, briefly touch on Porzingis. I don't know, I think I would say he's proven in terms of like a player, but in terms of being proven that he can contribute to a winning team, that I would agree with you with, that he's not done it. I mean, he hasn't been able to stay healthy when he played with Luka back in Dallas, and his style of play, it contributes to winning per numbers, but we haven't seen it actually happen yet. But yeah, I would agree that Boston will be their biggest threat. I'm not sure how that new team will work out for them, given that they traded Smart, added Porzingis, they got the Brogdon injury to deal with. It's really up in the air. Then Philadelphia, they're trending downward too. I mean, we don't know if Harden will come back. It doesn't seem like it right now. Yeah, I think even if Miami wouldn't trade for Damian Lillard, they're probably definitely within the top 2 regardless. And if they make the trade for Damian Lillard, and keep at least a decent supporting cast around them, I think they'd be the clear-cut number 1 team in the East.